First factor for determining the water hazard rules that needs to be determined is whether or not the ball is actually in the water hazard. It is important to understand that if this determination is not possible, you must follow Rule 27-1, which pertains to a lost ball. We need to determine what type of water hazard you are in. There are two types of water hazards. A yellow stake or line will determine a regular water hazard, and a red stake or line will determine a lateral water hazard. This beautiful hole is the 12th hole. This is the only hole on the course that is a regular water hazard. If your ball fails to clear the hazard, you can play it where it lies in the hazard without a penalty. You can replay your shot where it was last played with a one-shot penalty. By local rule, you are allowed to drop on the tee area in front of the pond. If your shot goes over the water level and lands beyond the hazard line and rolls back into the water, you may have additional options depending upon where it last crossed the hazard. All right, this is the right side, the right ear of the 12th hole. And if the ball hits on top of the grass right where Mr. Joyce is standing and rolls back in, you have the option of playing it from over here where it last crossed the hazard, keeping it in line with the flag, and a one-stroke penalty. Other than that, you have to go back to the drop area or back to the tee and re-tee, all of which require a one-stroke penalty. So once again, where it last crossed the hazard, keeping that in line with the flag on this side of the water. If a ball hits in this little tip on the left side of the 12th hole, about where Bill Elwood is standing, and rolls back in, you can drop the ball where it last entered the hazard, keeping that in line with the flag. But if you were any farther to the right, you could not do that. Lateral water hazard rules offer the golfer the following additional options for relief. Drop a ball that is no more than 2 club lengths from the point that the ball last crossed the hazard, yet no closer to the hole. One-shot penalty. Play a shot from any point along a line that extends from the hole back through the point that the ball last crossed the margin of hazard, yet no closer to the hole. One-shot penalty. Follow the same procedure as in the previous option, yet dropping from a point that is equidistant from the hole, yet on the opposite side of the hazard. One-shot penalty. The 14th hole is a lateral water hazard. Most balls cross the hazard from the rear or the left side of the pond. So you get 2 club lengths from the point that the ball last crossed the hazard, yet no closer to the hole. One-stroke penalty. However, if the ball crosses into the hazard from the right side of the pond, for example by the junction box, you have an additional option. You can drop the ball from a point that is equidistant from the hole, yet on the opposite side of the hazard. And once again, it's a one-stroke penalty. This doesn't seem fair to many people. However, this is the rule. This is the forward pond on the 14th hole. Once again, you can drop on the left side of the pond if the ball last crossed the hazard from the right side. Once again, doesn't seem fair, and it's a much better shot.